Moments ago here at State Farm Arena, a very special tribute to a very special Hawk, the franchise's all-time leader in assists, and a man who took Atlanta to within 2 games of the NBA Finals. And Trae Young, in his first game back in Atlanta since the trade to Washington, saluted here in a big standing ovation just moments ago.
I'm not crying, you're crying, Bob.
And Trae got a little emotional, as he thought he would when we chatted with him before the game tonight. This is his home for 8 seasons, and now sitting on that Washington bench. That was well done. A lot of his great video highlights.
Hello and welcome to another Sports Spin, where we take a sports story and we spin it. I'm Sun-EB7 and thank you for joining. You saw the video up front, and I had this a couple weeks ago, but some things jumped off and I had to do those, and it slid down the priority list. So I just wanted to do it. You know, it's an Oklahoma guy, and I watched him come up, and you know, he's one of my favorites. And I do realize that, you know, his injury problems, along with some other things, maybe some chemistry, he wasn't the right answer for the Hawks. So they released him or they traded him to the Wizards. And I saw that and I was like, dang, he got exiled. I actually put that in. I trolled somebody. I'm not trolling bad. I don't bad troll. I just say things that are either funny or it's to the point. And so I said, oh, dang, they exiled him. He went to the Wizards. And the funny thing is, the same day after I said that, what show was that? The Arena? They came out and they had a show about it. And that's what one of the players said. He said, yeah, man, that's where you go to die. That's where you go to kill your career. And so I thought that was the funniest thing, because I said it. And then saw that, oh, I ain't the only one think that. You know, when your organization get that moniker, you should have some kind of, it should hit a nerve. And I don't mean a nerve where you whine about why they said it. It should hit a nerve where you say, we need to do better with this organization because people think we're trash, and make some changes and some moves. Now, they got a nice roster. They got AD too. Well, he got exiled too. He wasn't at Dallas but a year. He got exiled. Anyway, Trae, of course, he was in tears because that's the only team he's ever played for. And he had a long tenure there, which is kind of uncommon for guys not in the top 10, 15 players in the league. Yeah, I think at one point he was in there, but yeah. So anyway, I kind of felt for him, because if I'm sitting in Atlanta, and I'm thinking, well, you know, I'll take a job outside Atlanta. And they say, okay, you're going to DC. I'll start crying. I mean, I would say, well, excuse me. Look, I'll take a cut and pay. You send me send me to the West, send me to the Kings or something. But DC? Yeah, nah, I ain't trying to do all that. But, you know, no, here's the thing that came about, because I'm going off script here. I had some things I was going to talk about, but since I wrote this, all these things came up, and there's a sub-story here, a subplot. Apparently, the Warriors made a huge mistake, and it's understandable. The Warriors have, in the last 10, 15 years, they have been the cream of the crop. So people are hard on Curry and the Warriors about getting rid of Kaminga. I get it, but I think you should pump your brakes. How many times were they right? Barnes, I can't remember the 7-footer that used to get into it with Shaq all the time. Him, they've gotten it right a lot. So I don't think you can see, I'm not supporting or defending what they did with Kaminga. It was wrong. I seen that the whole time. I was like, this kid got some serious skills. Why they don't never play him? And every time I turn around, they're in contract talks. or they contract disputes, and they don't want to pay him. And for some reason, they think he's not that good. And I'm thinking, no, he's. So anyway, what do I know? So they trade him. He in Atlanta killing. He is straight balling. Like Atlanta got fortunate because here's the thing. I don't think they knew, well, we're going to get rid of Trae Young, and we're going to pick up another superstar. We're going to get Kaminga. No, they said, this is how this deal went. I'm going to just tell you how it went. No, I wasn't in the table, but I can tell you how it went. We all been on the playground. We all know how this works. They said, listen, we don't need Trae. You know what I'm saying? He stay hurt. You know, he ain't what he used to be. We looking to move him. What you got? So the Wizards say, well, we need some players. We'll take him, but we don't think, you know, he's worth that by himself. Let's see if we can get somebody else involved. Steve Kerr. Yeah. So what you think? Y'all gonna sign Kaminga or what? Steve like, man, we don't want him. I mean, he ain't all that. What you got? Well, we looking at trading for Trae, but we need some more compensation, so we need to work this deal out. What do you think, Atlanta? Atlanta's like, yeah, I'll take it. We can bring him off the bench, or we can use him. You know, he can be a small forward or something like that. We could probably use him. They say, okay, deal. And they made the trade. Kaminga comes to town and he's killing it. And now everybody going, how could you do that to Kaminga? And Atlanta, if they're going, because they got a deal, and I know they wasn't looking at Kaminga that way. They cannot tell me that they knew Kaminga was going to come in and do what he's doing. Yeah, they look like geniuses. And so, in return, they made Steve Kerr look like a dummy. I don't think that's what that is. You can't get it right 100% of the time. But if you can get it 80, 85, you're still one of the best. Again, I'm not trying to defend the move. I'm just simply saying that's going to happen. Every team in every game, every sport has done that. They have overlooked a person that it was obvious to other people this person was way better than you think, but they couldn't see it. Maybe in practice, Kaminga was doing some things or not doing some things, and they felt like, nah, he ain't. Y'all can tell you something else will happen. Other players will sabotage you. They'll be behind your back going to the coach. Yeah, I don't think he can, I think he's, and the coach will listen to his players that he knows. And he'll see the same thing. When somebody get in your ear and say, look at that, he missed a dribble. The coach sees it and he goes, And then over time, that coach starts thinking like them. Now he thinks the team don't really like him. They don't think he's that good. So he's expendable. So the coach move him. And then he goes somewhere and blow up. He looking like he about to be the next Jordan over there in Atlanta. It really make the Golden State Warriors look bad. But I can tell you that's not possible. They have made so many good moves over the last 10, 15 years. And it ain't just Curry. It's Barnes. It's what's his name in Dallas? The Splash Brothers. They've made a lot of moves that has helped them in their journey. Iguodala, that was a golden move. So if we're not going to give them credit for all those great moves, we can't take one move and say, oh, you suck. Well, okay, you can, but you shouldn't. How about that? You shouldn't say he sucks, because I think that just happens all the time. And kudos to Kaminga for going there and showing you shouldn't have gotten rid of me. Now I'm going to teach you. You didn't want to give me the contract I wanted. I was worth it, and I'm going to show you. Because as long as I was there, you were going to let me show you I was worth the contract because you didn't want to give it to me. Well, now I'm going to make you eat that. Well, that's perfect. Kudos to him. I think it's kind of a nothing burger. I think if it, Scott and all these players out here, oh, you held him down. You know how many players that got cut from the NBA and the NFL and the MLB that was good enough, probably better than the best, that got cut because they got it's like a doctor. They misdiagnosed them. It happens all the time. And Byron Scott knows that. So It is what it is. You know, when Magic came in town, they got rid of Norm Nixon. When Norm Nixon played him in the next game, he scored 25 points in 1 quarter. Yeah, people forgot about that. Yeah. Yeah. So it happens. I'm not saying they should have got rid of Norm Nixon. I'm not saying they shouldn't have. But what I'm saying is that backcourt with Norm and Magic could have been electric. Could have been electric. When you got a guy can hit 25 points in a quarter, and then you got another guy that can control a whole game. Yeah, it could have been something. But that's neither here nor there. It's Kaminga. And it's Trae Young. I hope Trae Young finds his spark, figure out how to eat better and stay healthy or whatever you got to do, work out more, whatever you got to do. I hope him and AD and the crew change the franchise over there. You got an opportunity to change things. AD's another one with injuries. So you got to, you know, these are opportunities for you to change the narrative, change what people think about you. It's not an opportunity for you to go and say, well, I'm done. No. You should feel disrespected. Can you imagine the Bulls trading Jordan? No, no one can. If they had, he'd want to play them 82 games a season. He'd want to play the team that traded him 82 games. He don't care about none of the rest of the league. He just want to play them. That's how he thinks. That's how the greats think. You just disrespected me. Now I'm going to have to show you. And so this is an opportunity for AD and Trae Young to do some things. At the best thing that can happen is you show you can do something, boost your value back up, and Wizards trade you out to somebody like, I don't know, the Warriors, Memphis, something, to a team that looks like it's going to make it. Houston, you know, you never know where you're going to wind up. So this is a time for you to pick it up or get ready to get out the league, because the guy already said it. This is where you go for your career to die. That's all I have for now. Thanks for watching. Hope you like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, just remember, this sports story has been spun. Take care.